Hi there. In this video I'll tell you how you can make 3x on your investment with Amazon. As you can see, Amazon stock is quite up. The market cap is around 1.6 trillion. So if you want to make a 3x with this investment, the market cap has to go to 4.5 trillion. And that won't happen soon. You may have to wait 10 years. But you might make 3x on your investment if you invest in the right company. For instance, Amazon wants to acquire IRBT, which has a market cap of around 480 million. And the price that Amazon wants to pay for IRBT is around, let me tell you, $51 per share. And now, as you can see, the stock price is about $17. So the price that Amazon is going to pay for IRBT be around 1.4 billion. And at the current market cap of around 480 million, you may make 3x on your investment. If that deal happens. Because as you probably know, they got some problems. The EU regulators have blocked this acquisition. In the past, the deal was supposed to get unconditional approval from the EU, but things have changed. The EU regulators have blocked the deal. They want to ensure that Amazon won't give preferential placement to iRobot products, which can decrease the competition. And that's why the EU blocked this deal. They want to analyze it more. And the Commission has to make a final decision until February 14th. So till then, we don't know whether this acquisition will pass or not. I mean, Amazon may pay 1.4 billion for iRobot, but the risk is that we don't know for sure if EU regulators will approve this acquisition, this merger. If you read the reports from iRobot, you can see that last year, in 2022, Amazon announced that they will pay $61 per share. And because iRobot took some debt, Amazon changed their deal. They lowered their offer to $51.75. And this acquisition was expected to get through. But, as you can see, regulators, especially EU, have blocked this deal. By the way, the UK Commission has approved the deal. So this is a good sign. Now, as I said, you might make 3x on your investment only if the deal goes through. I mean, the EU regulators approve that acquisition. If that happens, your return will be quite high, a 3x on your investment. But if they don't approve the deal, then you remain invested in this company. And the stock price, especially in the short term, may decline even more. I mean, you may see another decline of 40%. Now, if you are planning to invest in this merger, you have to know the risk and the reward. So, as you've seen, the reward is a 3x on your investment. Now, what's the risk? What's the downside? Because as you can see, iRobot has a market cap of 480 million. And if you look at the fundamentals, you can see that the total assets are about 800 million. They have almost 190 million in cash and 244 million in inventory. So on this side, iRobot is doing great. Of course, they also have some debt of around 200 million. That's why Amazon lowered the price, because iRobot took some debt. And their book value, their total equity, is around 252 million. Moreover, you also have to be aware of the revenue. For the last 9 months, iRobot made of about 600 million in revenue. And if you compare this with their market cap of around 480 million, the stock price may seem cheap based on their revenue. But you also have to be aware that the revenue has declined from 800 million to 583 million. So this is the minus. and their net loss is around 241 million, which has increased a little from 202 million last year. So this is a bad sign. The revenue has declined, they have some debt and no profits. So the risk of investing in iRobot at the current price may be that next year this company can go bankrupt if the revenue doesn't improve, doesn't grow more in the future and improve their cash flow. But in the short term, in the next 6 months, iRobot can survive. They have some cash on hand and they can survive. Of course, you also have to look at their products, what this company is doing. You probably know that iRobot is selling vacuum cleaner. Their brand is Roomba. Of course, if you want to know more about their products, you also have to look at the competition. And the best place to look at their competitors is on Amazon. As you can see, there are more brands on Amazon. For instance, Shark, Elephant, iRobot with their brand Roomba, and others. And as you can see, a good indicator is how many items were sold in the last month. For instance, for Elephant, over 1,000, for Shark, over 3,000, and for iRobot or Roomba, over 10k. So this is a good sign. Their products are desired. Another indicator is the reviews. As you can see, Shark and iRobot have about 20k. Of course, there are also other brands you have to be aware of. So, in the short term, iRobot will survive. For a year, they will survive. What will be in the next 5 years? That will be hard to predict. So, if the deal doesn't go through, Amazon gets blocked by the EU, they don't approve this deal, then iRobot, the stock price of iRobot will decline in the short term. You might see another decline of 50%. But in the long term, especially if the revenue of iRobot improves, the stock price will rebound. So if you are willing to wait for 1 year or 2 years, then your investment won't be that bad. You may still make some money. You may recover your money or lose a small percentage of it. But if you look at the upside, you can make a 3x on your investment. More than 100%. And that's quite great. So if you are planning to take this bet, be aware of the risk and the upside, the reward. As I said, if you plan to invest for the long term in this company, then this is a good investment. iRobot may deliver a 3x on your investment. But if you are not willing to wait, maybe the deal won't get through in the next months, maybe next year, then don't invest in this merger, this acquisition. Of course, the risk is high in the long term because they have some debt, no profits, and revenue is declining. And of course, a lot of competition. So in the long term, in the next 5 years, you don't know for sure if iRobot will survive alone. That's why with this acquisition, with this merger, if Amazon is allowed to acquire this company, iRobot, they will do quite great in the future. They will be able to survive. And also the employees of iRobot. So to wrap up, iRobot seems a good investment at the current level, even though it's a bet in the short term that they may be acquired by Amazon. At the current market cap of 480 million, it seems a good bet. They also have tailwinds from this robotic industry. More companies are investing in this industry. They want to come up with new ideas, innovations. And another good point is that the founder of this company, iRobot, is still the CEO. So that's a good sign. So my prediction is that the deal will be approved by the EU. The problem is I don't know when that will happen, but I'm sure that Amazon will be able to acquire this company. Because it's a small company, only 1.4 billion, and if Amazon doesn't buy this company, they may go bankrupt. And I don't know if regulators want something like this. They want more competition. So that's it for this video, and if you have other questions, please let me know in the comments.